in the city. Every sound has got me moving to the beat. My head won't stop spinning. Electric energy, it washes over me.
2, 1.
Check 1, 2.
and friends, faculty and staff, please rise as we welcome the LSU Law Center class of 2024 as Pomp and Circumstance is performed by the LSU School of Music Brass Quintet. Good afternoon. My name is Elena Allen, and it is my distinct honor to be serving as Dean of the LSU Paul M. Hebert Law Center. On behalf of the students, faculty, and staff of the Law Center, I'm excited to welcome each and every one of you here today to our 2024 hooding and commencement ceremony, and also to the family and friends watching the live stream from elsewhere. To open our ceremony, I invite you to remain standing for our national anthem, performed by DeAndrea Carter, a member of this 2024 class.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Thank you, DeAndrea. Please be seated. I now invite Katie Peppo to provide the student welcome. Katie is the 2024 Student Bar Association Executive President. Katie hails from Harahan, Louisiana. She has a bachelor's degree in communications from LSU.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty and staff, and honored family and friends, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us in celebration today. My name is Kathleen Peppo, and as Executive President of the Student Bar Association, it is my honor to extend a warm welcome to the commencement ceremony of the class of 2024. On August 8th, 2021, I opened up my laptop and began reading Pearson versus Post, the very first law school case we were ever assigned to read and brief. For those of you who weren't subjected to this assignment, and for those of you who have deleted Pearson v. Post from your memories, it's a case about a fox hunter suing another fox hunter for killing a fox that was already in his pursuit. And every 1L has to read this case before new student orientation. As soon as I opened the case, my vision blurred and I began fearing that I didn't know English or remember how to read. I listened to Professor Thomas's Learning How to Brief video on repeat 25 times and read the case 50. After about 8 hours of Googling every single word, including fox, hunt, and thee, I wrote my brief, turned it in, and immediately started refreshing my Moodle page, waiting to see the grade that my hard work had earned me. After about 500 refreshes, my feedback finally became available. My hard work had earned me a big fat F. 6 or so days later, my failing grade and I put on a tragic outfit that I thought was business casual and walked into the Law Center for the very first time, with sweaty palms and a severe case of imposter syndrome. As I walked through the sliding doors, I prayed to see a familiar face. No such luck, so I walked up to a girl who looked like she'd be nice, and I introduced myself. We sat down with a few other girls, and I immediately asked what they thought of Pearson v. Post. Everyone got quiet for longer than I was comfortable with, so I blurted out that I'd failed. The other girls let out sighs of relief and started giggling. They'd failed too. I knew in that moment that we'd be friends forever. For almost all of us, the days between 1L orientation and today have been filled with reading and briefing until our vision blurred, laying awake hoping we didn't forget what res ipsa loquitur means, spending holidays alone with the civil code, and wondering if we'd ever make it to this day. This journey has been far from easy. But between those trying moments, a light has shone through: friendship. The friendships and camaraderie that we've made along the way are some of the greatest fruits of the labor and hardships we've faced. I invite you each to share a quick glance with at least one classmate who has gotten you through your hardest days and one who has celebrated you on your best. I think it's safe to say that these friendships are a huge part of why we no longer have to wonder if we'll ever make it. We've made it and the day is here. The friendships that have sustained us aren't just among our classmates though. They're also with our devoted professors who have spent countless hours pouring knowledge, mentorship, compassion, and love for the law into our student body. On behalf of the class of 2024, thank you for holding us to the highest standards and for the indelible mark that each and every one of you has left on each and every one of us. These friendships are also with our dutiful staff who have led, advised, and supported us through many academic, extracurricular, professional, and personal endeavors. Thank you for standing behind us to support our voices and our student organizations, even in the face of adversity and opposition. And last, and maybe best of all, these friendships are with the ones we love who don't come to school with us, our families and friends who have supported and loved us from a distance when we needed and drawn near to us when we could make time. Thank you for understanding when we couldn't be present and for being right there waiting with open arms when we needed your support. Today, with the friendship and support of our families and friends, the faculty and staff of LSU Law, and each other, we've come a long way from 1L orientation. Each of us has accomplished things that our 1L selves only could have dreamed of. Some of us have tallied classes, some of us have collected pills hours bettering our community, some of us have devoted months of pro bono services to clients in need through our clinics, some of us have served our 1Ls as tutors and mentors, some of us have spent countless hours working on journal articles. The list goes on, but suffice it to say that our class has left a lasting mark on LSU Law. We're leaving our alma mater today better than we found it the day we turned in our Pearson v. Post briefs. Congratulations, class of 2024. Today we celebrate not only our individual achievements, but also the strength and friendships that have brought us to this moment.
Thank you, Katie. Now, I am pleased to introduce some of the special guests who have joined us today. Would each of you please stand as your name is called? Mr. Ramey Starnes, LSU Board of Supervisors. Dr. Roy Haggerty, LSU Executive Vice President and Provost. Today's commencement speaker, the Honorable Dana Douglas of the United States Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit. Also from the Law Center, Associate Dean of Academic and Student Affairs, Andy Carroll. Associate Dean for Faculty Development and Research, Caprice Roberts. And Assistant Dean of Students, Jake Henry. I now want to recognize my colleagues, the world-class faculty of the LSU Law Center. These individuals are the teachers and scholars who are vital to the mission of the Law Center. They educate and mentor our students. Please join me in applauding our faculty for their dedication to our students and our Law Center. I also want to recognize our adjunct faculty, all of whom are listed in our program. These are distinguished attorneys and judges who generously share their time, talent, and knowledge, and wisdom with our students to provide a more enriching academic experience. Please join me in thanking them for their contributions to the mission of the Law Center. And last, but certainly not least, I want to recognize and thank the incredible staff at the Law Center, who are remarkable individuals and together an incredible team. They are the ones who have brought this commencement ceremony to fruition. Many of our staff are here today, and I ask that you join me in recognizing and thanking them, in particular for making today's event happen. Now, I would like to formally recognize the 2024 Professor of the Year. Each year, one of our colleagues is recognized and chosen by students to receive the honor of the Professor of the Year. This honor recognizes a professor for outstanding and innovative teaching and mentoring of law students by full-time faculty. This year, Professor Nick Davardos has been elected as the 2024 Professor of the Year. Professor Davardos holds the Curry Family Professorship and is the Assistant Director of the Center for Civil Law Studies and International Programs. He joined the LSU Law faculty this year and teaches legal traditions, family law, obligations, and conflicts. Please join me in congratulating and thanking Professor Davardos for all he has done for our students this year. This year, for the first time, the students also selected the Adjunct Professor of the Year. Adjunct professors are an important part of the Law Center's ability to provide a robust legal education. And this award also honors one such professor for outstanding and innovative teaching and mentoring of law students. The 2024 Adjunct Professor of the Year is Professor Emeritus Elaine Levasseur. Professor Levasseur retired from full-time teaching in 2015, but has graciously answered the call to teach part-time for much-needed courses. Please join me in celebrating our 2024 Adjunct Professor of the Year, Professor Levasseur. I am also pleased to announce the 2024 Staff Employee of the Year, an award that has been designated in the past, but now formally recognized in today's program. The students have selected Melanie Anderson, Associate Director of Career Services, as this year's Staff Employee of the Year. This award recognizes superior work performance and outstanding contributions beyond standard job expectations and providing services to the Law Center and its students. Melanie has been assisting students for over 15 years. Melanie, congratulations. While commencement marks the beginning of something new for some, for others it sometimes marks an end. Today I'd like to acknowledge Professor Ray LaMonica, who will retire as the academic year concludes. Professor LaMonica joined the faculty in 1972. He took a leave of absence in 1980 when he was appointed by the Supreme Court to serve as the district judge for the 19th Judicial District in Baton Rouge. He went on to serve as executive counsel to the governor of Louisiana and court-appointed and then president-appointed U.S. attorney for the Middle District of Louisiana from 1986 to 1994. Upon his return to the Law Center in 1994, he served as vice chancellor for 3 years and also resumed teaching. Since then, he has spent a number of years serving as general counsel to the LSU system. He has had a significant impact on hundreds of students, and the Law Center will be forever in his debt. Congratulations to Professor LaMonica. To the class of 2024, I have the opportunity to make some remarks. I talked to my 16-year-old before I came up, and she said the most important thing is to be brief. So I will take her advice. And so to the class of 2024, I wrote this short poem for you. Graduation is finally here. The journey now begins. A world of endless possibilities. A future weaves and spins. Do not fear the untraveled path. Let courage be your guide. For the realms of risk and chance, true growth resides inside. The professional roads may twist and turn, unknowns at every bend, but it's within these daring leaps where you will find your strongest friend. Success is not just measured by the titles or the pay, but by the hearts you touch and the people you lift up along your way. In the hustle of ambitions, in the chase of lofty dreams, remember, dearest graduates, the love that truly gleams. Make time for treasure, make time for and treasure friendships, old and new. And don't forget your family, who always stands with you. When the days are long and weary, and the nights seem endless too, recall the laughter shared, those bonds will see you through. For in the end, it's not the money or the accolades, even though we often boast, but the moments spent with loved ones that truly means the most. So take those leaps of faith, pursue your passions wide, but keep your friends and family always by your side. For in this life of balancing between the heart and mind, it's love and connections, graduates, that stand the test of time. Congratulations to the class of 2024. And now, I would like to introduce today's keynote speaker, the Honorable Dana Douglas of the United States Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit. Judge Douglas was nominated by President Biden on June 15, 2022, and was confirmed by the Senate on December 13, 2022, becoming the first African-American female judge to serve on the court. Prior to joining the Fifth Circuit bench, Judge Douglas had served as a magistrate judge for the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Louisiana since 2019. Before joining the federal bench, Judge Douglas was a partner at Lisco & Lewis, with her practice focused on commercial, energy, and intellectual property litigation in the state and federal courts of Louisiana. She also previously served as a judicial law clerk to Judge Ivan Lamel of the U.S. District Court of the Eastern District of Louisiana. Judge Douglas is a charter and founding member of the Louisiana chapter of the Women's Energy Network and a past president of both the Greater New Orleans Louis A. Marinette Society and the New Orleans Bar Association. She earned her BS from the University of Miami in 1997 and her JD in 2000 from the Loyola University New Orleans College of Law. I am pleased to welcome to the podium Judge Dana Douglas.
Good evening, everyone. I am going to take the great advice of your 6-year-old because my 11-year-old would say the same, and it's probably the reason she declined my invitation to join me is because she thought I wouldn't be long-winded, so I'm going to be brief as well. Greetings to Dean Allen, to the administration, the faculty, staff, and most importantly this evening, to the graduating class of 2024. I'm incredibly excited for the opportunity to share a few thoughts with you this afternoon. Whenever I'm given the opportunity to speak to audiences like yourselves, I try to put myself in your shoes and remember back to when I was, in your case, transitioning from this space in law school to becoming a young lawyer. Just to see or think about what might have resonated with me at the time, or what gems or nuggets I could have used to accompany me on my journey some almost 24 years ago now. So I'll tell you a little story which really is just me sort of Monday morning quarterbacking my own journey before coming to the realization that I suspect many of us seasoned lawyers and jurists up here have come to surmise, and that is that success is not linear. People often ask me if being on a United States Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has been a lifelong dream of mine. And the truth is, I thought the Wisdom Building where we preside was pretty. I had attended numerous parties and bar association events there, but the thought of actually serving on the court and showing up there to work every day never once crossed my mind. If I had any goal coming out of law school, it was really to just do a good job at whatever it was I had in front of me at the moment. Whether that was as a judicial law clerk, a new associate at a law firm, a partner, or upon my appointment as United States Magistrate Judge. My goal was always to just be meticulous with the details of whatever it was that was in front of me. I'll tell you that when I left law school, I was very excited to start my post-law school journey with my clerkship in Federal District Court in New Orleans. It taught me a lot about the practical aspects of how the concepts of process and procedure that we learned in class work in real life as opposed to in the textbooks. And I picked up a lot of do's and don'ts through the many briefs experienced lawyers filed in court and the many oral arguments we had during that year. After my clerkship, I felt reassured that my 3 years of legal instruction and my 1-year judicial clerkship gave me everything I needed to start my first day in the actual practice of law. I mean, what else could I have possibly needed? It was a dream that I had had since my high school speech and debate classes. I was ready for that first day at Lisco & Lewis Law Firm, which was a well-respected and preeminent oil and gas firm seated at the top of the largest building in the entire state of Louisiana, the Ivory Tower, I like to call it. And I've learned that towers are only ivory on the outside because the real work still happens within. I walked in, head held high, full of all the knowledge that I had gathered during law school, full of all the knowledge that I had gained at the Eastern District of Louisiana. And on Monday, September 10th, 2001, I started my first day of the actual practice of law. If someone had told me as I sat at graduation in May of 2000, that just the day after I sat down in my brand new office at the top of the tallest building in the state of Louisiana, overlooking the New Orleans skyline, that we would be faced with September 11th, I am not sure that I would have believed them. As you can imagine, everything we thought we knew about the war froze, and then everything changed. The office closed for what felt like weeks afterwards. Extra precautions were taken in the buildings like ours because it towered over all the other buildings across the state, and consequently was thought, at least in those initial moments after the 9/11 attack, to be the most vulnerable. But the world did move again, and we were stronger for it. And I submit to you that despite all of the fear and tragedy that came out of those days, that we came out of that experience both as better people and as better lawyers. Fast forward just 4 short years, has those same people told me that we somehow would overcome 9/11 to be faced with an unprecedented hurricane just 4 years later in Hurricane Katrina, also reshaping the way we communicated with each other and the way that we practice law. I would not have believed them. It took 2 weeks before we were able to access cell towers. Can you imagine 2 weeks with no cell phones in this day and time? Or even to determine how to access the physical files in our offices in the island that had become the city of New Orleans. Because mind you, there was no such thing as an iCloud or a cloud of information in 2005 when Hurricane Katrina occurred. The cloud, as we have come to know it, came around much later, around 2011, some 6 years later after the storm. Most businesses in Southeast Louisiana did not reopen for months, but the world did move again, and I submit to you that when we got through it, we were better for it. Again, better lawyers and better people. And if someone had told me, when I was sitting at graduation where you are sitting now, that on top of everything that came with 9/11, and on top of everything that came with Hurricane Katrina, at least for us here in Southeast Louisiana, that just 1 year shy of my taking the bench as a United States Magistrate Judge, that the world would quite literally shut down again because of a national global pandemic, I would have asked them whether this movie was being directed by Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino, or maybe Jordan Peele, right? But you've all had some experiences and stories to tell from the COVID-19 pandemic and the challenges that it presented to you either in college or even here in law school. But the world is moving again. And would you all agree with me that we are better people for whatever challenges we endured during that time? I can tell you some 24 years post-law school that I would not change 1 minute of it. I would not sacrifice one lesson that I learned through every challenge that has been presented over the last 24 years. Law schools like LSU do a fantastic job of substantively preparing us for the practice of law. The professors who teach us procedure, legal research and writing, evidence, torts, property, and of course, the essential obligations and sales and leases were instrumental to creating a foundation for our success. With each of those monumental, life-changing, and practice-changing events, I realized that law school gave me more than research, writing, critical thinking, issue spotting, and the trauma associated with the Socratic method of treating. There are so many intangibles that you have gained and are continuing to gain from your experiences and time here. And I submit to you that you will not even know how prepared you are to face the practice of law. You may not appreciate the foundation that LSU has given to you until you need it most of all. And so when I think about the last 24 years and perhaps what I would have wanted to know when I sat where you're sitting as new lawyers about to take on the world, it would be to expect the unexpected, to be resilient, and guess what? It will all be okay. All of it is preparing you and aligning you for the future that is in store for you. The fact is that life and the practice of law comes to us in unexpected ways, but all of it is working together for your good. With each change, whether it was 9/11, Katrina, or COVID, the practice of law changed its shape. Security was tightened after 9/11. It was harder to get into the building that held my law firm afterwards than it was pre-1911 to get into my previous job at the federal court building. Katrina changed the way we communicated with each other. I don't think I was alone in not discovering the usefulness of SMS or text messages until about halfway through the evacuation period. COVID-19 again changed the way we communicated with each other and the way we practice law. I think that Zoom and video conferencing and video depositions and video hearings are here and likely to stay. But the experience that you gained here will give you an innate ability to pivot and to adapt. You will be resilient, and even if the world does stop or pause for any myriad of reasons, you will gain immeasurable wisdom if you will just receive it. That is what law school gave to me, and I'm assured that this great institution has given the same to you. So as we embark on these new paths that we have started on, I want you to stand, stride head held high, shoulders back, and with all the confidence afforded to you by this great institution, knowing that you have everything that you need to succeed. Congratulations to you, and I look forward to the many great things and contributions to come from the class of 2024.
Thank you, Judge Douglas. We appreciate your time and wisdom that you shared with us today. We have a special gift for you, and we will give it to you after the ceremony. Thank you. And now we come to the time you all have been waiting for, and the main reason we are here today. Before we begin, I want to tell you a bit about the academic regalia worn today. Graduates and degree candidates, the robe that you wear today has bell-shaped sleeves with 3 velvet chevrons, which indicate that the wearer has received or will receive a doctoral degree. The academic hood that will be placed upon you today indicates an advanced degree and denotes scholarly and professional achievements. The colors of the academic hood signify both the college or university where your degree is earned and your academic discipline. The purple and gold in the fold of your hood signifies Louisiana State University. The outside of the hood is trimmed in purple velvet, designating a degree in law, and the color is royal purple, indicating that law is the supreme authority in our system of government. The ceremonial act of the hood being placed upon your shoulders today adds a bit of pomp and circumstance To further signify your having completed your advanced degree program, the JD or LLM, you should wear your robes and hoods with pride as you cross the stage today. You've earned them. And now, on behalf of the faculty of the Law Center, it gives me great pleasure to present these degree candidates for the Juris Doctorate degree, the Graduate Diploma in Comparative Law, and the Master of Laws degree. As directed by our staff, I ask all degree candidates to come to the stage to be individually recognized. The reading of the roll will be called by Associate Dean Andy Carroll, and academic hooding will be performed by Jake Henry, Assistant Dean of Students, and Professor of the Year, Nick Davardos.
Candidates for the degree of Masters of Law: Hugo Bertrand de Belanda. Gregory Blanton. Domitila Broll. Destiny Dejanay Carter. Pauline Estelle Danielle Shumbal. Etinosa Igbine Nakaro. Albine Korb. Sarah Mousselin. Charlene Perez. Laureen Schoenfeld. Candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor: Mark Ackle. Allison Adger. Ehimen Sylvia Equele. Savannah Alcazar. Mary Kyle Allen. Garrett Aline. Aaron Alpandanar. Rainey Amato. John Henry Ammons. Stephen Thomas Arsenault. Holland Crane Oquin. Julia Elaine Oquin. Haley Nicole Baker. Lucas Cole Baxter. Erica Bales. Jace Benoit. Margaret Ann Bertrand. Rochelle Chelsea Bogle. Sydney Marie Boudreau. Abby Brazier. Kate Elizabeth Brasso. Dylan Todd Bro. Sean Briley. Taylor Brock. Nathan Bromley. Gavin Brooks. Megan Ann Broussard. Robin Capps. Carly Christine Carpenter. DeAndrea Chastity Carter. John Ettrich Cashin. Brendan Chapman. Matthew Paul Clark. Hannah Cobb. Mary Coles. Robert Jackson Kahn. Harley Connell. Madeline McKenzie Connolly. Sophie Ann Connors. Caroline Cordell. Nicholas Cotton. Taylor Cottingham. Zachary Crawford. Sydney Curtis. Brendan Cutie. Gabrielle Daigle. Blakely Renee Davis. Jarmanice Davis. Caitlin Davis. Jackson Degree. Alvaro de la Cruz Correa. Jason Oakley Decker III. Josue Delgado. Lance Holden Del Rey. Gavin DeVilliers. Elise Isabella Diebold. Sophia Nitien Din. Michael Doggett. Corey Doty. Colton Duhon. Timothy Durr Jr. Valoran Jerry Donald Dykes. Isabella Sylvie Eakins. Madeline Adele Earls. Parker Bernard Elkins. Marley Kate Evans. Robert Claiborne Everett. William Gray Fitzgerald. Chrislyn Flores. Yennefer Vanessa Flores Duran. Marshall Fontenot. Bryce Franklin. Jonathan Glenn. Gabrielle Glorioso. Olivia June Goodson. Miriam Grant. Sierra Grass. Haley Griesaber. Adam Garisco. Borges Jerome Gent, Jr. Benjamin Joseph Gilbo III. Peach Cleo Hadley. Brandon Enrico Hagler. Tyler Joshua Hayes. Cy Hebert. Caroline Cecile Hidalgo. Taylor Hodson. Thomas McLeod Hopkins. Mecca Nairi Hussamadeen. Madison East. John Jacobs. Samantha Moram Jacobson. Ananda Janai. Alasia Janelle Johnson. Dean Jolly. Joseph Kaiser. Christopher Caulfield. Alec Keene. Grace Champagne Kendrick. Landry Kurth. Spencer Patrick Knudsen. Corey Michael Cook. Wade Landry. Tess Layton. Julian LeBlanc. Tyler Joseph LeBlanc. Alexis LeCount. Jessica Renee Lecoq. Jake Lee. Tyson Dwayne Lee. Emma Jane Lemonnier. Haley Leonard. Jacob Clay Lester. Anna Lewis. Zebulon Peyton Little Jr. Kaylee Alexis Lloyd. Nathan Michael Long. Brenna Caitlin McNamara. Julian Paul Mahfouz. Shahalam Malik. Aaron Michael Mall. Tamra Juliana Manfredo. Natalie Mariano. Sean Michael Markey. Philip Michael Marr. Jacob Henry Martin. Anna Grace Mashaw. Sydney Page Mayu. Benjamin James MacArthur. Diamond Luana McCrae. Caroline McCullers. Brock McInnes. Gregory McNally. Ryan Whitlow McNeil. Tristan Danae Melanson. Paige O'Rourke Mino. Anna Marie Mester. Daniel Charles Myers. Jaden Weaver Myers. Allison Marie Mishner. Aaliyah Mackenzie Militana. Darian Mincy. Natalie Claire Meir. Victoria Grace Mobley. Abigail Mock. Jennifer Danielle Mansour. David Morehouse. Dustin Morganti. Taylor Paige Mutavjic. Maxwell Nadanovich. Morgan Dalton Newton. Tyrus Ryan Norcease. Caleb J. O'Connell. Mason Olind. Mason Ott. Meredith Lynn Parker. Olivia Scott Parker. Kai William Pepper. Kathleen Elizabeth Peppo. Amelia Patricia Petty. Levin Brian Pinu Jr. Lauren Asenath Pucci. Mira Aileen Prisco. Sarah Procopio. Alyssa Marie Randolph. Logan Allen Rich. Trent Robertson. Anne Marie Rome. Taylor Alexandra Roos. Jason Daniel Roussel. Riker Wesley Rowe. John Jennings Roy. Hunter Ryan. Leon Augustus Sanford. Hayden Proctor Shorman. Sarah Marie Scott. Miranda Marie Scotton. Dakota Joseph Skurlock. Jordan Allen Sermon. John E. Shaw, Jr. Bradford Jennings Smith, Jr. Brooke Danielle Smith. Christopher Alexander Smith. Ryan Lavelle Smith. Zachary Austin Smith. Catherine Mary Snedeker. Bemisola Shoyebo. Anna Childs Stolzenthaler. Shelby Danielle Stoop. Ansley Sumner. Tori Sutherland. John Michael Terrio. Caden Thompson. Chandler Thornton. Krista Remonde Torres. Holly Ann Tubbs. Patrick Miller Van Berklio. Tanya Verhall. Daniel Robert Vile. Camille Ruby Webb. Foster Andrew Willie. Dematria Natavier Willingham. Alacia Janae Wilson. Brittany Young. Evan Young.
Congratulations to the class of 2024. As we near the end of our program, I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Roy Haggerty, Executive Vice President and Provost. Before joining LSU in 2022, Dr. Haggerty spent 26 years at Oregon State University, where he held several leadership positions, including Dean of the College of Science, Interim Dean of the College of Earth, Ocean, and Atmospheric Sciences, and Associate Vice President of Research. An environmental geologist, Dr. Haggerty is a Geological Society of America Fellow and has led research projects totaling $9 million and has published 75 peer-reviewed articles, predominantly in hydrology. Dr. Haggerty is recognized for his development of the Smart Tracer, a molecule that moves with water while it senses and records valuable information about the environment. Dr. Haggerty received a PhD and Master of Science in Hydrogeology from Stanford University, and a Bachelor's of Science with first-class honors from the University of Alberta. His hometown is Provost, Alberta, Canada. Welcome, Dr. Haggerty.
Supervisor Starnes, Judge Douglas, Dean Allen, distinguished law faculty, family and friends, and most important, law graduates of 2024, today we celebrate an important milestone in your lives. You've put in the hard work, late nights, gallons of coffee to reach this milestone, and it's my honor to share a moment with you. The legal profession is much more than a career. It's a calling to serve justice and uphold the principles that define our society. Lawyers play a crucial role in maintaining the fabric of our nation, ensuring that our laws are justly applied and that every individual has a voice. Here in Louisiana, lawyers are vital to our state's well-being, tackling issues from civil rights to environmental law, and contributing to the economic and social progress of the state that we share. As you already know, the value of a legal education extends far beyond the courtroom. It equips you with the tools to address myriad societal problems and challenges. Take, for instance, the ongoing battle for environmental protection. Lawyers are at the forefront of advocating for policies that protect our wetlands and coast, ensuring that future generations may enjoy the natural beauty of Louisiana. Furthermore, Louisiana's economy in essential areas such as oil and gas, agriculture, and tourism will depend on you. Lawyers are essential in supporting these industries by ensuring compliance with regulations, negotiating contracts, and facilitating business transactions. I know that some of you will help local businesses navigate the complexities of state and federal laws, ensuring that they operate smoothly and contribute to economic growth. Some of you will play a critical role in attracting new businesses to Louisiana by providing legal expertise needed to establish operations here, creating jobs and boosting our state's economy. As you move out into the professional world that follows today, and gain success in the various endeavors that you pursue, I ask you to remember Louisiana State University. Louisiana State University will need you as an alum and a friend in the future. As you step out into that world, remember that this journey is just the beginning. Embrace the challenges ahead with courage and determination that brought you here today. Your work will shape not only the legal landscape, but also the future of our society and our university. Congratulations, and go Tigers!
Thank you, Dr. Haggerty. Now I would like to welcome to the stage Trent Robinson, President of the 2024 3L class, who will deliver the class farewell. Trent hails from Shreveport, Louisiana, and received his bachelor's degree in engineering from LSU.
Hey y'all, how we doing? Feeling good? Good. Good evening, everyone. My name is Trent Robertson, and I've had the pleasure of serving as the 3L class president for the class of 2024. I want to start off by thanking everyone for coming out to celebrate the accomplishments of the graduates here today, and a special thank you to Judge Dana Douglas for taking the time out of her busy schedule to come and speak to us today. Jerry Seinfeld once said that a lawyer is basically the person that knows the rules of the country. We're all throwing the dice, playing the game, moving our pieces around the board. But if there's a problem, the lawyer is the only person that has read the inside of the top of the box. We have spent the last 3 years reading the top of the box, and I still don't really feel like I know all the rules. But I sure do know the theories behind the rules. Our law school journey has been full of changes, challenges, and accomplishments. Think back to the fall of 2021. I'll never forget meeting everyone on the first day of law school, and I'll also never forget when I actually got to see everyone's faces 3 months later when mask mandates were lifted. That feels like it was a lot longer than 3 years ago. In our time at LSU Law, there's been a lot of change. We started out with a new president of LSU. We have a new dean of the law school. We have new professors. One of them is already Professor of the Year. And we even got some new TVs in the law school lobby. Throughout all these changes, one thing has stayed the same is the class of 2024's perseverance through the many difficulties we faced. Law school is a serious endeavor that presents a unique set of challenges. Our class has been able to overcome these obstacles and get to this moment because we are determined and because we had help. Oh, lost myself. All right. To our families, friends, teachers, staff, and mentors, we would not be here without your support. Especially those of you who are married and who have children. I bet they are more excited about you finishing law school than you are. At least until they learn about billable hours. Despite the challenges we faced, we've also had many amazing experiences in law school too. We had some good times and a lot of fun when we got the chance. Maybe sometimes a little too much fun, but that's just preparing us for life in the legal field. I'll miss the tailgates, gifts, Hats and Canes weekend, Barrister's Ball, and Barrister's Bowl every year, and all of the other great events that make LSU Law so special. We've also accomplished some pretty impressive things as a class. The Barrister's Bowl has raised over $80,000 during our time here for local charities, including the Big Buddy program, our local Make-A-Wish chapter, and the Sexual Trauma Awareness and Response Center here in Baton Rouge. There's more. Barrister's Bowl organizers from our class raised the most money in Barrister's Bowl history this year, a record-breaking $38,000. We helped raise $3,200 for Disability Rights Louisiana with our friends at Loyola Law at Race Judicata this year. We've dedicated thousands of hours in the form of pro bono and community service events through clinics, the Public Interest Law Society, our street law program, and more. We've won dozens of awards at national and international mock trial, moot court, and transactional competitions. We've been published in several law journals, both here at LSU and across the country. And most importantly, we got to witness LSU beat Alabama in Tiger Stadium last year. That two-point conversion still gives me chills. Above all, though, we've made lifelong friendships here. I've met some of my closest friends here at LSU Law, and because of that, it was all worth it. With that being said, let me be the last to congratulate the class of 2024 on graduating, and the first to say I'll see you all in the law library this summer for some bar prep. Go Tigers!
Congratulations to each and every one of you. We wish you well as you go forth, and we hope your careers and personal lives bring you happiness and great satisfaction. You will always be part of the LSU Law family, wherever you go, and we hope you will often return to your home here on campus. Would the class of 2024 please rise? To signify your new status as LSU alumni, you may now move your tassels from the right side of your TAMs and mortarboards to the left. When you entered the PMAC today, you received your official LSU Law alumni pin. Wear your pins with pride and a sense of accomplishment. As we conclude our ceremony, we ask all guests to depart the PMAC through the portal from which you entered and to meet your graduates outside the PMAC. Graduates, you will recess one row at a time as directed by Law Center staff. Watch for your cue, please. And now, it is my pleasure to present the class of 2024.